Watch this. Oh shit.
What's up? How you doing? Raheem. What's up, man? How you doing?
This is in Coney Island. Coney Island. I'm not even. I don't even know how you're supposed to say it, but it's Coney Island. Coney Island. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But I found this footage by accident. It's a bunch of kids breaking, but if you really pay attention, it's gonna go down.
Practicing breaking? Yeah. So go ahead, do something. Go ahead.
So the gentleman in the burgundy hat, I know for sure that is Fastbreak. Fastbreak on Instagram. His name is Fastbreak64. All right. And right now he's teaching this kid. Wow. Ooh, that little spin was nasty with it. Are you crazy? Wow. Yo, that little spin was ill. Dope, dope, dope.
So how's your hang like?
Okay, do you guys know who that guy is? Right there? Do you guys know who that is, guys? Do you guys know who that is? Somebody in the comments tell me who that is. Please. That is Mr. Wiggles. Yeah. That's fucking crazy, right? That's Mr. Wiggles. We're going to ask Fastbreak the story behind this and what was going down. But that is Mr. Wiggles right there.
Want to do it for me?
Aye.
All right, go ahead, do it for me.
Look at that, y'all. The legend. That is Fastbreak. That's a young Fastbreak, too. I wonder how old he was right here. Oh, yeah, you weren't going to burn your hand on this, y'all. We're going to get a paper, cardboard. We're going to spin. That's fresh. That's fresh. Ooh, Fastbreak had the fat laces. That is official with it. Yeah.
How your swipes coming along?
How your swipes coming along?
Not so good.
Did you practice on them?
Nah.
I knew it, you see? Go ahead, let me see how
If you guys got
practice.
any questions about this footage, please let me know in the comments down below. We're gonna get Fastbreak in here. We're gonna get Fastbreak in here. We're gonna talk to him about this clip. We really, really want to talk to him about this clip.
Not bad. But you gotta like really put some power into it, some rhythm, you know what I'm saying? Like take my look at me with I'm doing, alright?
He goes, yo, peep game, let me show you how it's done. Ooh. Ooh. Why you gotta do him like that, Fastbreak? Why you gotta do him like that? Ooh, swam.
Like that.
Fresh with it.
Oh, so you bring your legs up in the air, like in the air a little.
Right.
I wonder how many
Oh yeah. See like that.
how many fights they got into over breaking in that spot. Like if other crews came in there and try to fight them for the spot, or like what kind of vibe it was.
Yeah, that's right. That was good. That was good. You seen the new backspin that's out with the hand? Remember the old one? But we don't do that old one no more. This is the new one with the hand.
Yeah.
Let's see
I
how
wonder
it's
if
done.
Fastbreak was in Wild Style. We're gonna have to watch that. Ooh, yo, Fastbreak was nasty. Oh my goodness, are you crazy? You're fucking
That's how you
crazy.
gotta do it.
You're fucking crazy
Try
for
it.
real. That shit was ill. That shit was ill. Ooh. Wow. Yo, why? Yo, though, even though he didn't have windmills like that, they still look ill though.
Like that, see? Right. So how's that?
Yo, look at Wiggles is not having it. Wiggles
Now
is
all you
like,
gotta do is
nah.
combine your moves together.
I wonder if that was a student. I wonder who that kid is now, or if he even still breaks. Wow, wow, whoa, man! It's an honor to have you on the phone call right now, and I'm watching a 1983 Magnificent Force, superb rare footage, Coney Island with Mr. Wiggles and Cosmic Pop. Have you seen that footage?
I've seen it one time, but it was in the 1990s, and it was distorted. I couldn't figure out. I mean, I saw what I saw, but I didn't catch the whole thing. So I just said, you know what, damn. I said, I wish I would have had that footage, because that footage was the missing link towards what I was teaching this kid how to dance. So
Yeah.
I was like, like whoever had this footage, actually that footage was actually filmed, and it was presented to PBS station, public broadcasting system, for Sesame Street.
Oh, what?
Yes, so that went to Sesame Street before it went on. Put out there like that. So nobody don't know about that. That's the truth. But I've been hearing voices from people that are saying that, I got this footage from you when you were recording on the Sesame Street. And I said, well, send it to me. I've been waiting for this footage for God knows for how many years now, man. So many years that I finally saw it. That really made my damn day. That really made my day. And I was like, look, I taught this kid who came from the street, incorporated him with the group, and I wanted to show him that, look, I'm not going to teach you like a vagabond. I'm going to teach you with a kid with respect, because I used to be a kid myself.
Right.
I learned how to, I grew up as a kid. So I danced as a kid, But with him, it was a special need for him, because honestly, he had something that I liked that he was doing that I should have. You know what? Me and this kid's connecting. So more or less, if he keeps up doing what he's doing, I may give him my name as Fastbreak Jr. But it never happened like that. So I wanted to keep it, because I had Fastbreak Juniors before. Now they was cutting the rug, but they just didn't make it, because honestly they just felt like like the dance wasn't going to last long. So I said I need someone who's going to be vigilant, who's going to stay on point with me with that. So he was the only little candidate that I had. So I appreciated him very much.
So prior to you meeting him, he was already dancing, or did you teach him from scratch?
I teach him from scratch.
Oh, wow.
He had a little spark, but for me to give him the full foliage of it, he was like, yo, I want to learn what you're doing. Same way it was taught to me when I learned from back in the days from 1970, 79, from the Seven Deadly Sins, when Mr. Ed was showing me some stuff. I had moves, because I was doing Soul Train stuff back then in 75. So I was like, you know what? It shows me like it's an evolution from the past to the present. So I incorporated that, and I said, you know what? This is going to work for me. This is what it's going to work for this kid. Because honestly, I was taught from the Seven Deadly Sins and then plus, and I said, you know what? This kid, I'm going to take him under my wings. And that's what I did. And I taught him.
So what were you guys doing in Coney Island? Did you guys perform out there? What were you doing out there?
What we was told to come out there to we were going to dance, and they wanted to film us.
Okay.
So we were just going out there, and if we was going to make a little money, we put the hat down, but we didn't do it like that. So we had a manager at the time, because back then, we didn't know anything about the manager, so we just we held our ground, and then we just said, well, we're just going to work it from right there. So we just was out there having a ball, and the one who was filming the stuff was Henry Chalfant, the famous graffiti the extraordinaire photographer. He was filming us and taking shots of us when we was doing what we were doing back in the days at 93 at the Coney Island Pier.
Oh, wow. So that's him behind the camera right here.
That was him behind the camera. Him and I believe Tony Silva. Man, so rest in peace, yeah.
Yeah, so what's up with this kid? Is he still around, or did he just quit?
He quit. I haven't seen him in God knows how many years. This kid just disappeared. But I know he was from the Lower East Side, LES.
Okay. And man, watching you break, man, you were pretty fresh. How long were you breaking prior to this? When did you start breaking?
I started breaking in 1975. No, not 75. 75 was when I had my spark on when I was doing it. Yeah, yes, it was 75. My family was having a house party in the house, and my cousin was doing some drops, because he had learned some drops from Zulu, because he used to be around them a lot. So when I saw what he was doing, spontaneously, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just doing stuff on the floor, because I was copying stuff from off the Three Stooges, you know, the slapstick comedy and break and whatnot. So I learned I was putting stuff, I was incorporating stuff with that. But prior to all that, I came out when I was like 75, 76 with the dance behind it, but I didn't know what I was doing. So it escalated to evolve itself. Where I saw Mr. Ed, when I learned from Mr. Ed from something that he sends, Mr. Ed, he had some tremendous moves that people never even talked about him. But I was like, that kid, he was like a little kid, like Rakim, like he that I was teaching. He was like that, but Eddie was effective. He was very effective with his skills, and he was like another little Lep.
Wow.
He was like another little Lep, and he was bad too. He had everything. He had some dope neck moves. He had some back fast backspin on the concrete. We used to practice on concrete before we went to the gym floors of the cardboard boxes. We was doing it on the concrete, so we had purple hearts on our shoulders from on our back from spinning on that there. So it was like we like the vets of the concrete.
Yeah. That's fresh, man. That's so fresh. And what is the Magnificent Force? Was that a crew?
No, it wasn't a crew. It was a dance crew.
Okay.
See, what the thing was, when we got involved with the lady Julie Frost, who was our manager, it was like she wanted to have a group like the Floor Masters. The Floor Masters was supposed to have been a part of that, but they wanted to separate themselves because they didn't want to feel like there was going to be a burden to her by her teaching us exercises and stuff like that. But it was more like she wanted us to be professionals, take us from out the street to be professional dancers. But we weren't ready for that. Some of us was, some of us wasn't. So I said, I'm gonna stay with her, and then we separated. But if anything, that we still boys and whatnot. So we still had the group, but then again, it ran into a certain portion that it's like, I'm spending too much time working with her than with the group. So I had to step down from being the vice president of the Floor Masters. So I just said, so it's all right. So it's all good though. So, but then again, we wound up meeting up together again up in B Street and Cross and so forth.
Were you in Wild Style?
There was a segment, a piece that was in some Wild Style that I was in a book. It was a book that came out by Martha Cooper. There's an outdoor scene that was dancing. I was right in there, but I didn't notice that, and I looked at it thoroughly from the book. Years down the road, I was like, wait a minute. I remember this is women. They filmed us, but we didn't even know we was being filmed for that. So our names wasn't even entitled into it. There's certain people like Rocksteady and Frosty, may so rest in peace, Legs, Mr. Freeze, Ken Swift, and so forth. That's how it went down with that. But to be a part of Monster, it was like Star Wars. Yes, I was in Star Wars because we was battling Dynamic Rockets at the time.
Oh, okay.
Because there was a director's cut version of it, and I saw pieces of it, and I saw me standing next to this guy, next to Bomb 5, and we were there with Frosty, who was over there, at 210th Street in Dykeman, that was in Manhattan, near the borderline of the Bronx, and everybody was like, "Yo, I saw you on Star Wars." I said, "Oh, you told me Star Wars." I said, "Yeah, we saw the footage. So let me show you the footage." I'm like, "Okay, let me see." They showed me the footage, and I was like, "I'll be damned." Damn. I said, now footage is starting to slip through, and I'm like, I'm not even getting a certain whiff of it, but I'm not getting the taste of it.
Right.
The whiff, but not the taste. Everybody else getting the taste, but I'm just getting a small whiff of it. So I was like, damn, I was like, where's all this footage coming from? Who has all this footage? And slowly but surely, a lot of the footage started showing up here and there. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, I didn't even know that this was going on like this here. So I was just like in the cut, hanging out with King Uprock, Kid Freeze, K1, and Shaq Crew, my brother Al Boogie, and we was all hanging out. So when we finally came to a conclusion, we said, "Yo, we need to build this foundation together." Because honestly, things are happening, but there were missing people that was involved in it. A lot of missing people that was involved in it. So we was incorporating ourselves to be united as one in order for us all to band together and be strong as a nation of dance. That's what we try to do. That's what be a nation of dance.
Right. How do you feel about there being a B-boy gold medalist within the next 4 years?
Oh man, that's something that's kind of hard to say But I'm gonna bring it to you up to speed on that because at the time when I was with the Floor Masters, we was doing That's Incredible. We was being filmed on it, and we was talking about being in the Olympics, about breaking. Tino brought it up, Action brought it up, and Pexter, and I was like, wait a minute, that would look dope, but it's like, how would it be? But people were saying that if they would do it, it would take it away from this foundation of the culture. So I said, wait a minute, but it's going to be a gold medalist, as you say. So it's more like it's an Olympic episode where it's going to be like evolving to a whole different levels of dance of the creativity of breaking, which is good. I don't discredit it. I love it for what it's worth. And it's getting this debut because the New York City Breakers was the one that brought it up, and I was right there when it happened. So it was like more or less like they should be the ones who be judging it because honestly, they're the ones who put their input into it to make it into an impact. By what their words, and I was with them when we was all negotiating about it. I was like, I'm with that. I mean, yeah, I would love to see it in the Olympics because everybody was doing Thomas Flares back in the day.
Right.
That's where it all came from, Thomas Flares. And people was like, it'll be dope to do a Thomas Flare into a swipe and then come back out of it into the windmills. If you love it and if you see it and if that's your vision, then you do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't rob yourself. Do it. Go out there and do it. Be like Nike. Just do it.
I love to hear that, man. I love to hear that. I really appreciate you spending the time to talking to us today, man. I really appreciate you.
I appreciate it, man, very much, man. I really do. Thank you very much.
And it'll be cool if maybe we could get back on a call, maybe in 2 months, 3 months, and just talk about breaking stuff every so often.
You can do that. You know how to find me. You know how to find me now.
Damn.
You know how to find me now.
That's right. I really appreciate you, Fastbreak. Is there anything you want to promote? What your Instagram or you got anything going on before we get off the call?
Well, what's coming up now is the program. That's June 11th to the 13th. I will be out there. And I'm doing some other certain projects, working with Kid Freeze and Silverback. We're all trying to make it together. I mean, to make it a nice big corporation for all of us to expand ourselves, to evolve, so a whole different level of dance and the hip hop culture.
That's right.
I want to give a certain shout out to K1, King Up Rock, Shock-A-Lock, Al Boogie, Miss Allison Al Boogie, the Rocksteady Crew, the New York City Breakers, the Floor Masters, the Magnificent Dynamic Rockers, Magnificent Force, Mr. Wiggles, Pop Master Fable, and the whole entire Mag Force.
That's right, man. I appreciate you for your time.
I thank you very much for yours as well. I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Fastbreak, y'all. The original. Make some noise.
You got it.
Peace.
All right.
Ooh, I hope everybody's having a good time. You are tuned in to the Spin Theory podcast, episode 23. That's right. This is episode 23.
Now, tell us about Fastbreaks. Now, how's his style different?
Well, his style is different, Bob, because what he does is usually stops and shows the people what he's usually doing. Like, he stops in the immediate pose. And he has a lot of grace in his moves. And also, all his moves are combined with different steps. You see?
All right, Fastbreak. What an exit. I like it. Very nice. Excellent. Now, how about